Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Phrasal Verb Quiz Part 15. In this video, you must choose the correct word to complete the phrasal verb in each question. You may need to pause the video at each question to think of your answers. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Number 1. And the answer is, I was late for the meeting because I didn't allow for the morning traffic. All right, if you allow for something, you consider it or maybe even plan for it in advance. And in this case, the person was going to the meeting and they didn't consider the traffic. Maybe the traffic was heavy in the morning and they didn't allow for this. You can even say they didn't plan it when they began. You got it? That's what allow for it means. All right, number 2. And the answer is, before I signed up for the new photography course at school, I asked around to see if anyone else had taken it yet, to see if it was any good. If you ask around, it simply means that you ask a number of people for information about something, or even if you ask around for even advice or help, anything like that. It means just to ask many people, to ask around. All right, number 3. And the answer is, a few members of the president's administration were in on the political scandal. If someone, or let's say a number of people, are in on something, they're involved in it. And that's what it means here. Some of the members of the president's administration were in on, they were involved in the political scandal, whatever this bad thing happened politically. All right, number 4. And the answer is, I couldn't get any sleep because music from my neighbor's party was blaring out all night. Something is blaring out, it's making a lot of noise, usually very loud. And in this case, the party, maybe the music at the party was turned up very, very high, or it was very, very loud, and the person couldn't get any sleep because of the noise. It was blaring out. All right, number 5. And the answer is, this weekend, the frustrations of the workers at the automobile plant boiled over into violent demonstrations, and the police were called in to restore order. When something boils over, we lose control of it. And in our example here, the frustrations of the workers were out of control, or they were very angry, all right, because of maybe something happened at the plant. So you can think of this like a pot of water that you boil over a fire, and then when the water gets too hot, it goes over the sides, it boils over. It's just like the frustrations of the workers here, right? They were too upset and it boiled over. They lost control. And that's why they had to call the police to restore order. All right, number 6. And the answer is, I forgot to bring up the problems in our department at our last weekly meeting, but I'll make sure to do it this week. Now, to bring up something simply means to mention it. And in this case, the person forgot to mention the problems in their meeting. Okay, and that's what to bring something up means in this context, to mention something. All right, number 7. And the answer is, the prosecution built their entire case on the video of the defendant committing the crime. If you build on something, you use it as a base, or maybe even a starting point, and then you add to it to make it stronger. That's what happened in this case. The prosecution, they actually constructed or made their whole case on this video. and then they added more evidence on it. All right, number 8. And the answer is, after we won the football game, our team got carried away with emotion. So we celebrated by jumping into the river with our clothes on. All right, if you get carried away, you get so emotional that you can't control yourself to be carried away. And that's what happened here in the example. The team was so happy that they won the game that they jumped into the river with their clothes on. They were carried away. All right, number 9. And the answer is, despite the loud and violent demonstrations, the owners of the company did not cave in to the union's demands. If you cave in to something, you give in to it, or you accept something that you might not want to accept. But that wasn't the case here in our example. In our example here, the owners of the company did not cave in. So they refused to give in to the union's demands. You got it? All right. The final question, number 10. And the answer is, Mike chanced upon a very rare Elvis Presley record at a garage sale last week, and he bought it for almost nothing. If you chance upon something, you find it by accident. And that's what happened to Mike here. He went to a garage sale and he found this rare record, all right, by accident. He wasn't really looking for it, but he chanced upon it. He found it by accident. All right, that's all for this video. There will be more challenging phrasal verb quizzes coming up. Thanks again for subscribing, and please share this video if you get a chance. And just do one more thing for me. Keep practicing! See you next time!